I hear the voices inside my head, see voices behind the wall, uplifting the underdog, we fighting above the law.
Or can you go on a meet and get the Ziggy with it channel moderated so that she can't be blocked again? I think she chatted in there somewhere. It's Ziggy, but it's her other channel since I can't unlock the other one for whatever reason. Hello, everybody. I'm checking. Welcome back, Scott. Hello, Jody Darts for TPI. You guys are funny. Mom Love, Dalen, you know we love you. It's good to see you. Catalin, Crystal G, Kelly, Small Town New York, Kiko Mandy, Stardust. No, you guys, I'm sorry. We were eating dinner, then I was going through messages. And then
Don't laugh, it's serious.
Then I was going, okay, so Don Wells has talked to me on multiple different, like 2 different or 3 different Facebook's accounts, 2 different phones. So I have like stuff everywhere. And so I was trying to find, you know, the things. Hey, Polythene, Heather, Gabby. I'm not sure if the link is in the description. Hey, Willow. The Real T, Amy. Hello. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Aussie, Shell. Yeah, for like 4 hours and 15 minutes. That was such a good show. We had such a great panel today. It was really good. You guys, that's definitely one to go back and look through. We had really good panel guests. The chat was really good. There she is, getting ziggy with it. Hey, Juliet. Hey, Tina. Yes, thank you. You should be a mod now, Ziggy.
I tried everywhere. I tried on StreamYard, I tried on the Google account, YouTube, on the computer, and on the phone. This won't work.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to checking. I don't know what happened.
Hey, Mystic. Yeah, it's like I don't know what it is. And I tried to go through like Jayis4Justice reminded me a while ago now you could like sometimes your Google account blocks people. And now I have to like Google how to go to my Google account or watch YouTube. Oh, you did do that for me and she wasn't in there.
No, she's not on there.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. Jayis4Justice. Welcome to the crazy train, Jessie B. Choo choo. Welcome. Is that Satin or Satan? Is it Satin? Satan's advocate?
No, Satin's advocate.
Satin?
Yes.
Welcome to Crazy Train. Choo choo. That poutine was bomb, Katie. It was bomb. It was bomb. Hi, Gigi. Hey, Nicole. Holy slow chat. I did slow chat. It should be slow enough. I think it's 60 seconds. Am I wrong? Is it going too fast?
I can double check.
Share it's the hacker. Do you want it slower? Yeah, don't forget you're not blocked. It is slow chat, but are you guys saying slower? Do you want it slower? Don spelled it satin. Same. Okay. Oh, holy shit. I see it on your phone just jumping, babe. All right, we're going to slow it. Sorry, guys. Hey, Mountain Girl. Good to see you. Hey, Rhodes. Yes. I mean, as early as last night. I don't think they texted me today. Last night. I went to, after my show last night, I know they got mad. That we were contacting TBI. So then I told Donna, I'm like, calm down. I'll put my live private. Calm down. And so then I put it private, but then I take sleeping pills at night. I must have said, fuck that, and then unprivate it before I actually fell asleep, because I woke up this morning, I was like, no, fuck that, I'm going to unprivate it, but it was already unprivated. So I was like, oh, I changed. In the amount of time it took me to take my sleeping pill, I privated it for a little while, and then when my sleeping pill kicked in, I was already taking that bitch off private. It was funny. 120 seconds. That should be better. Hey, Slink. Oh, yeah. Now that, okay, now it looks much slower. Okay. Much better. Okay. Hey, Taco Tuesday. Hey, Maligator. I know I've taken Jay's mods as my mods too because, well, they keep shit safe and fair. They do. They keep it fair because in Jay's chat, you can kind of say anything as long as you're not like really like. Your open opinions are allowed over there too. So yeah, I got some good mods over there. But I'm biased. I got the best mods. And I think Jay4Justice has the best mods to do, and Mr. Cher, because we share the same mods.
Mods!
Mods. Hello from Buffalo, New York. Kelly. Okay, so we have kind of a lot to get into now. I didn't get these in any damn order. Oh, shoot. You know what? I didn't even get what I wanted to with that either. Shoot. I thought I screenshotted that. Hold on. Oh, I did. Oh, I'm haha. Chats to the husband. Sent. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Get that over there. Okay. Now, really quick, I want to show you guys something before we get into the clips because I brought it up earlier. Let me flip my camera to the back here. I want you guys to see something. So Don sends me this picture we all know well. Okay. See what she's wearing. And her head freshly shaven. Don's face, he's crying and upset. Clean shaven. Right out of the shower. Freshly shaven head. Okay, so now I want everyone to see where he sends me that picture. You see where he sends me that? This is one of Don's many things. I say so beautiful. And he says, and this is September, sorry, it's really blurry, September 6th. He says, last picture with her, miss her so bad. Now, down the text more, he says I had to pose for that, or he said that on the phone. He says I had to pose for that picture. I think that's very important. And that's why I tell people I don't think she went missing in what we were told she went missing in. So you guys can take for what you want with that, okay? I just wanted to get that out of the way since I talked about that a lot and show you while I remembered. So now, there's not really order. Hi, Tiffany. Yeah, it's a sad. He looks very sad in that picture. So, anyways, yeah. A goodbye hug. Yeah, she looks like she's sleeping in there. But yeah, it definitely is looking like a sad picture. How weird. Yes. Okay. So now, so give me a minute here. I want to find what am I gonna play for you first? Okay. So first, I guess I'll do a trigger warning. We know about the charges going on that his stepsisters have filed, and I don't know if you guys watched the Chris McDonough that he did. Hey, Marla. And he was talking about a certain kind of predator, and you know how he tries to bring people in around him, and I want you to listen to what he says because we know his dad is very sickly and stuff. But I don't even know if I have to really set up these voice memos. I just want you guys to hear them, but I do want it to be make sure I say that this is a trigger warning. Should Don's stepsisters that file charges on him be listening, I don't think he will want to listen to this because it's pretty disturbing what he tries to get your father to do, ladies. And so I'm not okay with this. And I've held on to this. He sent this to me early, like as soon as his stepsister started coming out talking. He he called me. He told me about a story that happened with his dad and sisters and wanted me to fall for the story. I think he wanted me to go on my channel and say the story, and I never did. So then he, like he has done many, many times, he like calls people, and then he'll either call me on speaker or he'll record the call and then send it to me. He wants me to, like, he is doing phone calls and narrating the calls with the people he's calling and trying to let me overhear it. So, and it's all to go in Don's favor. He is harassing people to follow his narrative, and you're going to see this with his own ill father. Okay. So again, should Donald's sisters, stepsisters, or the family members that have charges going on right now with Don, this will be a trigger warning for you. I want to be fair and put that out there. Should you be listening, I want you to know that this is pretty disturbing, and like, if you listen to it for court purposes or your lawyers, so be it. In fact, I think it might help you ladies, but again, trigger warning, it's disturbing. Just give me 1 second here to find exactly which memos those are. Okay, so I found them, and the next roughly 3 minutes is going to be quite disturbing for domestic violence and SA victims, and as well as any family members of Mr. Donald Wells, any of his victims, whether your family or not. This will be a trigger warning. So, okay, we're going to start. So he called me, and then he was recording a call between him and his father. So here we go.
Unfortunately. It's out there. It's rain like you gotta get rain. It hit on TV, hit his head and tore his shit. Oh, yeah. Dad, when did Jeannie ever try to sleep with you? How long ago was that? I didn't know she did. Oh, I thought you said she did. Oh, she did one time, tried. Yeah. Wonder, what do you think, she's trying to ruin you or what? Yeah, she did something. I didn't get up with the bathroom and stay with her. Yeah. Damn good thing you did that. Yeah. She's tearing my world apart, and she's live right now on the podcast talking to that ex-detective, telling him all kind of crazy stuff. Ain't exactly, I admitted my part, and I tried to apologize on live TV, that whole 9 yards. I tried to tell her I was sorry. I was younger, I was stupid, but she ain't admitting to any of her part of it at all. Oh, well. Well, I tried. What? Tried to apologize to her, but she's not accepting an apology. Of course not. Oh, damn. She even said, that's what I don't understand. When I was in Utah, I went up to her and I told her, I was like, when we was younger and stuff, I know I was out of line, and I wanted to apologize to you, and she just gave me a big old hug, everything, and just said, don't worry about it. And now she done a 180 and just flipped it all around. Because this Chris McDonough guy is just, begging her to do this video and all this and that on live TV to ruin my name any way she can, I guess. I don't get it. It's not bad enough I lost my daughter.
Okay, so yeah, the data is hard to hear, even for me. listening to these, it's hard to hear. But you hear him at first. I'll play it one more time. I'm going to pause it at that one part, but I want to see if you can hear it better. I'll hold it more to the mic.
Unfortunately. You guys are getting crazy. Did you get on TV? Tennessee has been towards you. Oh, yeah. Dad, when did Jeannie ever try to sleep with you? How long ago was that? I didn't know she did. Oh, I thought you said she did.
So basically, Dad, tell me, when did Jeannie try to sleep with you? And he says, I didn't know she did. And he goes, well, yeah, remember? You told me, do you remember? She was in the bathroom. Remember, you were in the bathroom. And he's like, oh, yeah, one time in the bathroom, but I just went to bed. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, and it's hard for me. I don't know what the dad is saying. I will have to try and put it through like a voice slower downer thing or something. I don't know. These are just Facebook messages that I was being sent over a phone call he wanted me to hear. Yeah. He said, oh, was she trying to ruin you? But you can hear him. Like, the dad has dementia for one, remember? He has dementia and is like 80-something years old. Hey, Dad, when did Jeannie try to sleep with you? He says, what? I didn't know she did. And Don goes, yeah, remember that one time in the bathroom you said? And then the dad goes, oh, yeah, one time in the bathroom, but then I just went to bed. The dad was confused, very confused. So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. As soon as, like, I was watching Chris's interview where he was playing that one call, I remembered those voice memos. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even... Like, I knew those were sick messages, some sick shit, right? But I was like, oh, that really is like, I mean, that tells you right there what he's doing. He is a fucking controlling the narrative. He's harassing people to follow his narrative, and he's harassing his own sickly father to follow his narrative. It's disgusting. Elder abuse, absolutely. And hopefully maybe his sisters can use that. So, trigger warning, but maybe your attorneys will want that. In fact, if anyone knows who their attorneys is or wants to send just that clippet of voicemails to Chris McDonough so that they can have that for court for the stepsisters, that's kind of sick. Or take a whole separate charge and don't even let the man around his father at this point, because that's sad. That's sad. In my opinion, that's very sad. Mm-hmm. Beyond sick as fuck, yes. So just some messages. Remember, okay, so we'll go over last night when I called TBI. Now, the exact 1 minute and 15-second recording that I sent TBI on this thing, I was told they would prefer if I did not play that for my audience right now. So I'm not going to play it, but I can a little bit describe it, in my opinion, as being a motive, right? Would you say motive for, yeah, Mr. Cher's agreeing. I would call it what I sent in to be motive, and almost sensed as though it was a plan to not have any children, if that makes sense. So that clip I can't share, but that's how I can explain it. The best way I can explain it is I showed Casey Anthony's tattoo that she got 31 days after her daughter went missing, and it said the good life, or whatever that means, a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life as her daughter's missing. I envisioned that tattoo while on that call last night nonstop, because I'm like, holy shit, this is so Casey Anthony. It's unbelievable. Because yes, there was talk about how the kids and working was a hassle for their relationship and how they can better their relationship now. Okay? So that's where I will leave it. That went with TBI. I have spoken with TBI between email and phone calls 3 times now since that live stream yesterday. And they said, you could show that you can play the recording for your audience, but we prefer you do not play that right now. And I said, okay, I won't. So I have to leave that recording out, but I just described to you exactly what is in that, like why I sent that. And to me, it's sick. So that's that. And I will play that for you one day, just not right now, because they could be possibly using that, because it is absolutely motive. That's all I could think is, holy shit, did they just fucking say like motive to have no kids? Because that's all I heard. So just give me a minute here. Okay, so now I'll play a clip that I believe was from August 4th. This is either August 4th or August 6th, I believe. When I forward a message, it does not save the date. I'll have to go back, but how people like to dirty delete, so I've been sending everything. I've been recording everything so that when people forget and then they dirty delete, I have it anyway. So that's what I've been doing. And I have it all now, so wait, where's that one? Okay, so August 4th we were talking, and again, that's how long after she went missing. So June 15th to August 4th is a month and a half. He's already like, yeah, I don't think that we'll really see her again. So yeah, it's weird, but I'll play it.
Yeah, I wish that was the case, but we may never see her again. But I don't want to give up on God, though, because God knows where she is. And I'm trying to understand how this relates to God totally. But I know God has the power to do. With God, all things are possible. We just got to reach out to Him. And so, yeah. We got to try to help.
There's give me 1 second. Oh, welcome to the crazy train. Doohickey. Choo-choo. You've spoken good. Everyone who's reporting, even if you like, oh, I don't know if this is reportable, it's good to be safe than sorry. And that's why I tell them all the time, I'm sorry if I'm bothering you guys, but I'd rather feel safe than sorry. Like, because I don't know. I'm not a detective. The littlest thing that means nothing to me could be huge to them. I don't know. Okay, I'll play this just to give y'all a laugh. This again is from August. This was shortly after actress McDonough's phone call that he went over.
Point out that Mr. McDonough is up to his old tricks. Not only is he hindering an investigation, and while the real kidnappers get away, he puts all the focus and tries to rubber the innocent person. Let the real kidnappers get away.
So I want to point out right there, he said Chris McDonough is out to no good and blah, 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 blah. But 2 times in that sentence, he says Chris McDonough is ruining it, and there's other kidnappers, and, he's letting the other kidnappers get away. Again, with the kidnappers. He is putting multiple people in this. He's not saying the person who abducted Summer. It's kidnappers every time. Kidnappers. What? Like, hello, people. He fucking knows what happened. Okay, so here's there's a couple messages in here about the different haircuts, but this I think was the first time that I got to ask him personally about Summer's hair being shaved. I think this was actually after he had sent me that picture, and I said about the haircut. It's really hard. This is on full volume. He talks really low, so make sure you guys have your volumes turned up as loud as you can. Sorry, I'm doing the best I can.
She cut the back of her hair a little bit, so we tried to cut the back of it a bit more. It looked really good for a long time, you know. She didn't have no hair in the back of her head, but it still looked really good. But it just kind of got out of hand, so we decided to shave her head so that it would all go back out even all the way around. And that's why we shaved her head. Just talked to TBI detective.
Okay, now we're gonna get in. Turn up your volume, guys, please, because now we're gonna get into where we had brought up for a while before these voice memos about the lights. Frank Light, Fred Light, Sheila Light, the lights, a bunch of them, and they are all trouble. Okay, all trouble. So this again was sent early or late July, early August, I'd say. So there's a couple messages here where you hear him talk about the lights and how when Summer got gone, he went there and hung out with them and was talking to them for like an hour and a half and that. So here, so make sure you turn your volumes up, guys.
Talk to TBI detective. Please don't share this information, but they went and talked to Frank Light Friday, but I don't think we should share that information, please. But just to let you know, and this is probably like the fourth or fifth time, just to let you know. Thank you. Also, I met not Frank, but his brother before when he was on horseback and I was on my motorcycle. We were searching for that other girl that got gone, and that's when I met them and we got talking. They decided to go one way and I went the other because I had a dirt bike and we had horses. And TBI has used him to search for Summer a few times, and he's helped try to.
I want to replay that one from the beginning. You hear what he says, right? You just heard that. Let me start that from the beginning.
Also, I met not Frank, but his brother before when he was on horseback and I was on my motorcycle. We were searching for that other girl that got gone.
Searching for the other girl that got gone? Who was that?
And we got to talking, him and his wife. And they decided to go one way and I went the other because I had a dirt bike.
So I've been hearing rumors today that other girl that got gone was the Boslin girl. Boslin, am I saying that right? The last name? That baby that's what I'm hearing. Cotton candy boobs. Now I cannot prove that right now, but it's something I'm definitely digging into. But I heard that the other girl that they were searching for was I can't remember her name. Boslin. But am I saying that right? Do you guys know who I mean? Hey, Alex. I don't have closed caption. I'm sorry. I don't have it. Evelyn. It was Evelyn. That's what Boswell. Thank you. Hey, Daisy Joe. I don't know if that's true. But you just heard, because I was hearing that go around today, and then I have these voice messages from back of late July, early August. Who is the other missing girl that got gone that they were searching for when Summer got gone? Anyways, so again, I'm just going to play that from the beginning one more time. Sorry.
Also, I met not Frank, but his brother before when he was on horseback and I was on my motorcycle. We were searching for the other girl that got gone, and that's when I met them and we got to talking, him and his wife, and they decided to go one way and I went the other because I had a dirt bike and they had horses. And TBI has used him in the search for Summer a few times, and he's helped try to find Summer, on horseback in places that the TBI and them can't get to. The guy's lived there his entire life. But just interesting information I thought I'd share with you. Yeah, Frank brother pretty upset He wanted to introduce me to his brother and everything. I said, that's not necessary at this time, but we sat and talked for an hour and a half.
An hour and a half they sat and talked. When Summer's missing and you go talk for an hour and a half to these people.
Set him up. A lot more details about how it involved Reverend, but they told him he had to leave. She had to leave. And I don't know, but I know she's getting threats, but I don't know the whole story.
Okay, here is some clips from last night. It's interesting. I told you guys earlier he was begging, they were saying we need your dad's help. We really need your dad right now. And I told you it kind of sounds like they're on edge. I actually didn't even remember I had that part recorded, but I do. And it's unbelievable. So here is a conversation from last night where he's talking to me about the prison groups that took him in and the white supremacist group that he's a part of or whatever. I don't know. I just kind of listen. All right, here we go.
Told me that they told they demanded that I cook mess for them, okay, because I was going to be released.
Hold on.
Told me, supremacy group told me.
The white supremacist group tells him.
They demanded that I cook mess for them, okay, because I was going to be released out of Utah State Prison.
Yeah.
They demanded, and they threatened my life that I had to cook mess for them. They give me a brand new home in the Upper East Side of fucking Ogden, Utah. Brand new home, all these vehicles, everything else like that. Threatened my life and said all they wanted was 50% cut. And I told them, you will have to kill me. Believe me, I understand. I told them, just fucking kill me.
Do you think they would take Summer?
Yeah. What?
Would they take Summer?
No, this happened a long time ago.
Oh, many years ago. Okay, sorry.
This is a long time ago.
Okay.
I wasn't going to do that because I knew it was a dead end road. This was a long time ago. The prison pictures you see online and all that, that's what that was then.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Way before I ever met Candace.
Yeah.
They want just to fucking kill me. That's when I got involved with the Pacific Islanders, and I became part of the Pacific Islanders, a white boy.
Hmm.
I'm actually,
Hey,
what?
that's regular my conversation.
Here, you can have her back.
Yes, Candace never calls me. She's being nice to me today, and I like it. Candace was like, give me back. I'm the one who called her. Give it back to me. Yeah. Is he describing Breaking Bad? I don't know, you guys. Like I said, I've been holding on to a lot of stuff. And this is just not even a dent in what I'm showing you tonight, clearly, in, you know, how long we've been doing this, but it's wild. It's really, really, really wild. So Candace gets back, and then after that, when she's like, babe, give me the phone, I called her, give me back my phone call, you're taking over my call. And I'm like, yeah, give me back to Candace. Like, we never get along, right? So I was liking that. So the video clip after that is the one I sent to TBI. So it was when Candace took the call back with me. That clip I cannot show you. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so then last night, you know, I got to asking them to give them both a fair shot. They were both being very nice. They were both a little bit loose. Candace was, I think, I don't know for sure, but I think Candace was drunk. I think Dawn was, you know, just not as drunk as her, maybe, but, you know, feeling loose, whatever. So I asked them a question I wanted to ask here. So let me see. So let me kind of rewind. Are you guys both safe? Because there is a part of me that thinks maybe other people are kind of maybe trying to scare you guys to stay quiet. I just want to, and you don't have to answer anything, just say either no, Cher, we're okay, or
No, they've been trying to split us up, actually.
That's fucked up. Oh, because they think that if they do that, then one of you will turn on each other.
Right. So see, we kind of need your dad's input.
Yeah.
Your dad, we kind of need your dad right now.
Yeah.
He knows it.
We need you too.
He's sure too.
What can I do to on your good side? I will try. There is a, I think maybe other people are kind of maybe trying to scare you guys to stay quiet. I just want to, and you don't have to answer anything, just say either no, Cher, we're okay, or
No, they've been trying to split us up, actually.
That's fucked up. Oh, because they think that if they do that, then one of you will turn on each other.
Right. So see, we kind of need your dad's input.
Yeah.
Your dad, we kind of need your dad right now.
Yeah.
I know. He knows it.
We need you too, but only if you are on the good side.
We love you, Cher. We do.
What can I do? So, good question. Need my dad for what exactly? Now, during all of this phone call, and I mean, you guys know from the show last night, I didn't get half of it recorded, but there was a certain point where I was like, I should figure out how I can record this shit. Like, they're feeling loose tonight. Something's gonna be said, and sure as shit, I'm so glad I thought of that right in time. I don't know. And so my dad's listening to this because I have him on Mr. Cher's phone, and they are on my phone. And so he's listening to all of this, and all of a sudden they're like, we really need your dad. And then anyways, I hang up the phone with Donna and Candace, and I'm like, holy shit, Dad. And he's like, I don't understand. Like, and he goes, I don't want to have another phone call with them. He says, I do not like them. I don't like anything about them. They're worried about the wrong things, in my opinion, but I don't know them to judge them, or I don't want to do that. He said, but no, I can't. He said, I don't want to have another conversation with that. He said, if he knew that he admitted to molesting his sisters, he would have had the phone call with him, but it would have went all the way different. And the reason why because my dad would harm people that touch children. That's why you hear him bow down to my dad. My dad protects children. My dad has no problem taking prison sentences to protect his own children and other children. And, you know, creeped him out. Yeah. So no, it didn't creep him out. He's just like, he's trying to get me involved. Like he was like, no, fuck no. Like my dad wants to stay doing good. And the fact where you say like it sounded like they're at their wits' end and they're like, we need your dad. Like, what do you want my dad for? For what? What is my dad gonna do for you? You think he's gonna give you some kind of prison tips or some kind of brotherly tips on how to fucking get away with more shit or how to play some more fucking games? No. My dad will never have another conversation with that man now. So he said he's heard all he needs to hear. And that he just hopes that the law, he wants to have faith in that the law is going to do what needs to be done. And he just would rather, no matter what, he said he just would rather never have another conversation with that man. No matter what happens. He says he's done with him. So I'll be doing emails tomorrow morning with my coffee, guys. It's been a long day. I've been on live stream like 4 hours earlier, 45 minutes now. So I didn't get to many emails and replying to messages. I'm sorry. Why in the world would they want to talk to Cher and go as far as to say, oh, they told me they love me a lot of times. They're drunk. To love you, Cher, when Cher just said she agrees with Rev Donna and Candace and Summer, like, what? These people are crazy. Yeah. Valerie, thanks again for that. That's very sweet. I'm watching you from way back, and you have come such a long way. You get better every year, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Just sending love. Busy day for me, and I will need to start over from the beginning. Thank you, Laura. Papa Cher, he took one for the team. Fight's a good fight and stomps on the combo. Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, he was like, no, but he said his exact words, baby girl, I'm not taking another call with that man. I said, okay. Next thing you know, Don will throw Papa Cher under the bus. He said, have you guys seen some of the comments? Have you actually seen where they actually said that? They said, I think Cher is a sympathizer with her dad and that he molested her. And I think that Cher's dad sold Cher to Don when she was little. That's why she's protecting them both so much. That's why she hates Candace so much. Like the shit that people say about me is unfucking believable.
That's retarded.
Yeah, don't talk about my dad either. Like, you can bitch about me all you want. Make fun of my content, make fun of me and how I look. But, no. Don is running rings around everyone. He thinks he is. What my dad said is that, like, you can think that you're good, but I think Mr. Sheriff said this too. He has got caught for everything, right? So he's got caught for everything. And my dad says he's going to hang himself. And you guys have heard me say that so much. He's, why do you let him talk, Cher? Why do you listen to this bullshit? Why do you let him drag you on for 7.5 months? Well, because he is going to hang himself. I give him the rope. I don't even gotta kick the stool. He does it himself. Candace kicks the stool for him. It's just pathetic. What do you think, babe?
Yeah, like the reason we talk to Don and Candace is to get information. They're not our friends. We're not hanging out. It's because we want to find Summer. And what's the best way? We've already gone over all the information we have, so we have to try and get more.
Mm-hmm.
We would talk to H and Allie and everyone else if they would talk to us. So we talk to the people we can.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I'd be absolutely fine if we never heard from Donna or Candace again, but they'll keep calling Cher, and what happened last night was insane.
Welcome, Moon. Moon Goddess. Thank you. That was a great panel. I cannot take credit. Everyone just hopped up and put their heads together. It was really good. Everyone in chat, everyone. It was really good.
It sucks I missed it.
Yeah, Mr.
I
Sure.
was at work like a sucker.
Yeah. And y'all have gotten a lot of information. Yeah, well, you know. Oh my God, Cher, you're the long lost original Candace second and no third, no fourth. Oh hell, I've lost count. Oh well. Huh? I don't even know what that means. Don still hasn't figured it out yet. Well, when you hear him say, "We need your dad, we need your dad," I'm like, this to me sounds like they're getting a little nervous now, and like I don't know what do they want my dad to do for them? What is he gonna say? What is he gonna do? Like, I don't know. Good night, Millie Molly Mandy. Millie Molly Mandy. It is all for summer. I have been following this case since day one. Where'd that go? Don dogged CM because he's on the right track. Yeah, he really just doesn't like CM. Pray for summer every day. I pray summer is found. This is such a sad case. What happened to Justice for Summer? Yeah. Surprised he hasn't called already. Great job. Yeah, right. Thank you so much for that. No idea. I couldn't answer that. So people are trying to break them. They said, yeah, people trying to break us up. There is a lot of shit talking that I didn't play about Molly Golightly. Candace hates her. It's funny. But if I play that, it just looks as dumb as them, like when they're putting up their videos and they let Don talk shit about me and they're all, oh, Don's talking shit about you. Trust me, I got plenty of that I could share, but I'm just not going to. Because I do that by myself. I'm like, oh. It's good shit. They will be separated in jail. Maybe they don't know that's how it works. Yeah. What happened last night? So, oh, chaos ensued. Chaos ensued. Oh, shit. Oh, Dad text me. You know what? I want to call my dad and ask him what was he thinking? Should I? Is that my dad? Yeah, I think. Okay, hold on.
Hello,
Hey, Dad.
how are you?
We're on the podcast right now.
Okay,
I have a question for you.
okay.
What did you think about that call last night with Don and Candace? I told everyone you don't want to have another conversation with them, right?
What did I think about it?
Yeah.
Stuff that you told me afterward, kind of pissed me off. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk to people anymore. I mean, unless you want me to, you know, you're the boss. This is your show, so.
No, you're not comfortable with it? Then no, because I almost blocked them today myself, but I don't do that because I just don't know, like, what it, like, you know, I don't know. Give him enough rope to hang himself, like you said.
Yeah.
So, everybody is saying hello to you.
Hello to everybody out there in podcast land. Hope you're all having a good day.
I love when you say podcast land. It's so cute. Right now you have 2,395 people listening to you.
Holy, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I better come up with something good to say.
Sorry, I didn't give you any warning tonight, but we were doing a show and I just wanted to call. I was like, yeah, my dad wasn't too impressed with last night. Let's call him and ask him.
the good news is I'm feeling better.
Good. You sound better. That's good. He had the flu, you guys, so he wasn't feeling well for a couple days.
I had a headache for 4 days.
Yeah, 4-day headache. So, and if you guys have questions for my dad, go ahead and put them in the comments and we'll ask him right now. You have time to hang with us for a bit, Dad?
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm
Okay.
just watching the hockey game.
Oh, am I interrupting? Are you crazy about your hockey?
No, don't worry about it. Okay.
My dad is picking me and my podcast over hockey, y'all. That's love. He's Canadian, so that's love. Okay, so a question I have for you is because you kind of stepped in this recently, you knew nothing really about the wells, and now you've had 2 phone calls.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said you've had 2 phone calls now with Don and Candace.
Right.
And you don't really know much about the case.
No, I don't. I have to be honest. I'll say that I don't ever like to judge anybody because I'm not anybody's judge. But everything that I've heard so far makes me think that they're really, really, really bad people. Both times that I've had to talk with them have been very drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it raises the question: why do you have to get drunk to get on to start talking about your dog? I don't get it. But my little girl was missing. Very sober. They told me that they're involved now. When they had their kids, wow. A very, very ugly picture is being painted of these people as far as I'm concerned. Like I keep saying, I hope they find the truth of what happened. And possible, God willing, I hope they find that little girl alive. But other than that, I don't know what to say about those folks.
Do they seem like the type that you think will end up confessing or anything? Or that he's just going to fight this tooth to nail till they drag it out of him? Or?
Again, I don't like to judge people, but he seems like a foolish man to me. You know what? There's so many strategies that the authorities have to find the truth. I mean, they could do a sting operation on the guy, right? Send somebody that's undercover and get drunk with them and get them talking. That's probably the way they'll catch them.
Interesting, because Dad, it's interesting you say that, because there is actually people who he has befriended, the Wells have befriended off of other YouTube podcasts, and they do go there and hang out with him and get drunk with him. And one of the people that does that is a known, like he brags about being a federal informant, and he's up there drinking with them and hanging out with them and smoking with them and all that. What do you think of it?
I think it's only a matter of time before, he starts talking himself into a jail cell. That's the way I think. I'm wrong, but
yeah.
So pretty good of the fellow after my conversation with him.
Yeah.
That poor little girl, man. I hope she's somewhere she can be found, rescued, and brought back to the real world, wherever she is.
Mm-hmm. She turned 6 on Friday.
Oh my! Wow! Wow!
Yeah, It's just a mess. Like you said, why? Yeah, they shouldn't have to get drunk to come and talk about their daughter.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all. You know,
The narcissists always tell on themselves. Yep.
yeah, they usually give themselves away. You know, just a matter of time, I think.
Oh, good thing. So Pops, they have a management team that the cult that they're involved with has given them PR. So they've actually got the Wells went and made a YouTube channel that they make money off. They have a PR manager. And the PR manager makes people around the Wells sign NDA agreements. What do you think about that?
Sign what agreement?
NDA contracts, like gag orders.
Non-disclosure. Non-disclosure.
Yep.
What's a little suspicious?
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I have to say, the more I hear about these people, the uglier the picture I get.
Yeah.
Wow. What else is going on?
What other issues?
Talking about this guy.
You're sick of talking about this guy? Thank you, Rhonda Owens. You got a lot of support in the chat, Dad. Electronic Medium says, I'm a member of the Papa Cher fan club. Some people are asking, we're not going to put your address on here. We're going to keep things safe. Some people are asking how to send you gifts. So I said they can send it to our P.O. box and we will mail it out to you. So our P.O. box in the description, if you want to send anything to my dad, send it to our private P.O. box and we will make sure to ship it out to our dad. That way we don't have anybody doxing my dad, and trust me, my dad's place isn't a place you just want to show up either. So we're going to protect y'all too.
Wow.
Dad, yeah, you haven't, I dyed my hair purple. No, he hasn't seen. Did I send you a picture of my purple hair?
No.
Okay, I usually have purple hair, but it's been a year since I dyed it, but I dyed it purple. My husband dyed it purple.
Purple, sure.
Huh?
What made you choose purple? The favorite color?
It's not my favorite color, but I go with purple because it makes me, I don't know, it actually gives me confidence and it reminds me I'm a survivor from domestic violence, so. And it's royalty and I'm British.
Gorgeous, no matter what color your hair is.
Oh, thanks, Dad. Really, what? Did we establish that Tim was, yeah, he's with the SDA guys, yeah. Another case. Huh? Courtney Struble. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Have you heard of the missing girl she's from here, Estevan, Saskatchewan, but have you ever heard, probably not, Courtney Struble? She's been missing for like 18 years.
What's the last name?
Struble.
You spell it?
STRUB like boy, LE.
Yeah. Okay. No, I've never heard that name.
So she's a local here.
She's been missing for how long?
Yeah, like 18 years. 18 years.
Wow. And what age did she go missing? How old was she when she went missing?
She was 13. She was 13. So,
It's Saskatchewan.
yeah. Babe, will you come over here and tell him a little bit about it? I'm going to let Mark tell you a little bit about it. I got to get a drink.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Beth. Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you? So yeah, Courtney Struble. She went missing July 9th, 2004. And we talked with her father, with a few of her friends, and we were kind of rattling some cages. And then the one friend we talked to, she was kind of contradicting herself a little bit and seemed a little bit suspicious. And she was like the spokesperson for Courtney. Like said she was her best friend, and she was running the Facebook group and everything. So ever since then, she kind of shut us out, and now no one will talk to us.
No, her dad wants to talk to us and stuff. But yeah, she's much like Dawn. She right away was trying to control the narrative. As soon as she seen I was talking about Courtney, she sent me a threatening email and said, like, you don't have to look at her friends group. It's her dad. Her dad and stepmom did it.
Wow.
So they wanted us to, from the beginning, to follow one narrative.
Right.
But that's kind of not the narrative I got after we got to go meet these people and be face to face with them to do our interviews, actually. And let me tell you, I sat across from that man. How many feet do you think I was from him?
Oh, 3 feet at the most.
Yeah, he was at one side of the table, I was at the other side of the table, and I looked that man dead in his eyes and I said, did you murder your daughter? And he did not, like, I just didn't get that. But then when I tell you I sat there with her supposed best friend, who she actually kept quiet from me that she was with Courtney the night that she went missing. She didn't tell me. It was actually a slip up we had rented a conference room at a hotel, and it just so happened that the manager at that hotel was the cousin to Courtney's best friend. And so when she brought up the case to me on the phone, she goes, oh, I know her. My cousin was with her the night she went missing. And I was like, wait, who's your cousin? And then when she's like, Nikki, I'm like, wait, what? Because Nikki was saying she didn't remember the last time she saw Courtney. I can't remember the last time I saw her. I don't know. So she was distancing herself from it until finally I let her play that shit until we got face to face. And I asked her in the interview, I said, why didn't you tell me you were with Courtney? So she went from not remembering the last time she hung out with her best friend before she went missing to verifying she was with her best friend at 7:30 the night she went missing.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah. So
People tell lies. A lot of people try to put themselves in the middle of the investigation, you know?
yeah, absolutely, to try and control it. Yep.
Yeah. I think the cops like it when people try that because cops aren't stupid like people think they are. They got a lot of strategies. They do a lot of studying. Well, the good ones do. I mean,
Yeah, my dad knows Candace's sister is missing, but he doesn't think that has anything to do with another. Mallory, I feel.
yeah,
like
that's, those two things seem not connected to me. I don't see any connection between her sister going missing 11 years ago and her daughter going missing.
Feel better, Cotton Candy Boobs. Cotton Candy Boobs is sick too.
I got candy boobs.
It's always funny when you say it. Yeah, and she is still missing. Yes. And I'm telling you, I just don't think it's the dad. Now, what I haven't shared with people yet, because I was trying to be respectful. Now, the dad, everyone involved in that case also has a record, a very bad record. It's very easy. Yeah. Oh, you missed a lot, killer. What was I saying?
Everybody has a record.
Everyone there has a record. So Courtney's dad does have a record where he did, I guess, kidnap Courtney's mom when they were going through like their divorce or whatever, kidnapped, and I guess like brought her somewhere. He's got all kinds of charges. And so it does not look good for him. So now it's the Cold Case Foundation here, and we've been talking to them, and all of a sudden I'm like, I think the kids need to be questioned a lot more, like her friend group. But now they're all adults and have kids of their own, and it's almost like the police or the law enforcement's like, no, we're good. We'll just keep pointing the fingers at dad and stepmom. And no way are we looking into kids. And do you know, they also let the best friend, she asked when we were doing interviews, she called the detective and asked if she could reread her statements that she gave years ago before doing interviews. Nobody else did that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's, if you're telling the truth, you don't need to be reminded. You don't need to reread it.
Yeah.
The truth never changes. The truth never changes. You know, it's true that once you tell a lie, you have to tell a dozen more lies just to cover it up, and it ends up getting so deep that a lot of times people forget what the truth really is. But you always know what the truth is. I mean, you're never gonna, you need to have it written down for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I watch a lot of these programs on TV, the first 48 hours, and forensic files, stuff like that, and it just amazes me how so many people seem to think that they can get away with murder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it blows my mind. So many people out there just think, oh yeah, I can get away with this, no problem. When you look at some of these guys, too, some of these serial killers, they've gotten away with it for a long, long, long time. I like watching the ones that are the cold cases. They rehab after 20 or 30 years, and they find out he did it.
Yeah.
Those ones are pretty impressive. But yeah, it's wild how many people think that they can kill somebody and just get away with it, especially their wife, spouse, or their kids, someone they're close to. I don't get it. People are pretty mixed up, is what I'm thinking.
What's another case that you like to kind of listen to or read about, Dad? I know we talked about Scott Peterson and Lacey Peterson. How about that Drew Peterson, that cop guy with like the 3 missing wives? Or
I haven't heard of that one.
Did you ever know much about the John Benet Ramsey case?
I've watched that on TV a few times.
What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have enough information to make a comment in any direction on that one.
He's so Switzerland.
So, she was found inside her house, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, in the basement of her house. So that's pretty weird. I don't remember much. My memory plays tricks with me, so I don't remember much of what I saw about it. But another very, very sad case. Anytime a child goes missing or ends up dead, it's very sad to me to see that. I don't, especially to think that the parents do it. I mean, how do you do that to your own kid? If they did, I don't know. I'm not making a judgment because I don't know. Yeah.
I was going to ask something. Now I forget. Oh, I know. I have a question. When I got ran over by the motorcycle, did they let you know that? Because you.
No.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
The only information I got when I was in jail there was I got a phone call from a lawyer in Sarnia, Ontario.
Yeah.
The warden of the jail that I was in let me take the call in his office, and that's something that's never, ever done. But he was a really decent Christian man, and he knew there was kids involved, so he wanted to give me the chance to talk to this lawyer. I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah.
I had just read an article in the paper. Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. See, guys, before social media, I was there. My shit was on the news and papers, but we didn't have social media back then. Thank God. No, you can say it. Where did you see in the paper?
Okay. I had read the newspaper. There's an article in there about my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Being arrested by the Sarnia Clearwater Police for allegations of child abuse. Her and her live-in lover, whatever, at the time, whose name was
Doug.
it Doug?
I think so. I think it was Doug.
I
'Cause she had Dougie Jr. with him.
I can't remember. But the article went on to say that your mother got 9 months in jail for her part, and her live-in common law, whatever, got 3 years. It also explained that this fellow had never had a criminal record before, nor had your mother, I don't think. But you got 3 years for what he did to you and your sister. They didn't go into detail in the newspaper, of course, because you're children and your rights had to be protected. But I was in my cell reading this newspaper. I was looking out the window at the barbed wire fences around the place, and I'm thinking, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go fix things. And the article went further on to say the judge said that in all its time on the bench, it was one of the coldest cases of cruelty to children he's ever heard of. So I just, oh boy, I gotta say again, I am so very sorry that I wasn't there when you needed me. I would trade my life to be there and to make all that shit not happen. I had no, it was beyond my control. But anyways, a couple of weeks after I read that article, I got this phone call from the warden's office, and they took me up there. I got the phone with this lawyer from Sarnia, Ontario. I had no idea what the guy wanted to talk about. He said he wanted to get my affirmation that I wanted to be divorced from your mother, and I said, yeah, absolutely. He said, okay. He was working on that, and I said, well, why the urgency? What's going on? He said, well, she wants to remarry. I'm assuming it was the same guy.
No, it was not.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay. Anyways, I said, yeah, sure. And I said, is there anything else? He said, well, yeah. He says, I'm also working on trying to get the custody of your children back to your mother, to their mother. And I said, look, man, I'm sitting in the warden's office in Ocala jail in Vancouver. And the warden's there, and there's 2 guards behind me. And I got this phone in my hand. I said, listen. I said, I don't know if you're aware of what happened to my kids or not, but what I read in the paper is enough to tell me that she never should be in charge of any child's welfare ever again. I said, if you help her get the kids back, I said, you're making a huge mistake. I said, I'm not threatening you or anything like that. I'm in a guard's office here. I said, but if you try to get her to get those kids back, I said, you're making a gigantic mistake. I said, please don't do it. I don't know if he listened to me or if he gave it down. Both lawyers.
We went back.
Both. Yeah.
We went back 3 times.
Sorry?
We were given back to Mom 3 times. She lost us 3 times and then had 2 more kids after me and my sister were taken away and lost them too.
I love you, Jerry.
Love you too, Dad.
I made a lot of mistakes in my youth, and
We all do.
Yeah, we all do. I sure didn't want you to pay for any of my mistakes, but it sounds like you sure did. You suffered because of my lack of
No.
being there. I don't think I'd be able to control myself if I ever saw that woman again.
I muted you. I didn't want you to get in trouble. Yeah, no, I don't want to see her ever again either. Last time she tried to have contact with me, she paid a Mexican at a bar to try and get her across the border to the States so that she could beat my ass for not giving her money.
What?
Yeah. That happened when I was 23.
She tried to borrow money off you to have you cremated? Is that right?
Wait, what? Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was, holy shit. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She wanted some of the money I got from the motorcycle accident. I'm like, wait, what? I muted her. I'm like, who's getting cremated? No, you're right. Holy shit. Yeah, I was 23 years old. She claimed that she's the one who did the lawsuit for me to get the little bit of money from the motorcycle running my head over or whatever, which it wasn't her. It was Sarnia Children's Aid did that for me. And they also, with that, they paid for me because when I was little, I got bullied because I had ears that were super long and pointy. And so people called me Spock all the time, or they did this stupid live long and prosper sign to me everywhere I went. And so my worker at Sarnia Children's Aid, her name was Danielle Wolf. I'll never forget her. I named my very first Cabbage Patch after her. And she was my favorite human at that time. But
are we still live?
yeah, we're still live. I don't care. I'm an open book. Everyone's listening.
Okay.
What was I saying now?
The cremating thing.
Oh, the cremating thing. But yes, okay. So anyway, yes, she did. She told me that she wanted money because my father had died and she wanted to get him cremated and send him to me. And she told me that shit was like $10,000 or something like that. And I'm like, what? That's what it was about. Yeah, we were fucking fighting. Yeah. Oh, it was bad. I was like, what? $10,000 to get cremated? Yeah. No, it was horrible. Yeah. And she got busted at the border. She got arrested at the border. Yep, I remember because I was actually talking to Lewis, her brother Lewis. Remember him? Of course you remember.
I
him.
remember Lewis.
Yeah. So
like Lewis.
yeah. So Uncle Lewis was one of my favorites, and that's because he would bring. If I was sick, he would hide. Like, this is how bad it was for me, guys. He would hide bringing in cough drops, or he'd bring in little like foods, and he would take it out of the wrappers before he got in the house, and he would hide it in his, I'll never forget it, this leather jacket, because my Uncle Lewis rode motorcycle a lot. Didn't you ride motorcycle too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, he had this leather jacket that I always remembered him by, and Mom's fringy black leather jacket with all of the fringes hanging down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted that jacket so bad when I was a little girl. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a leather jacket that has fringes just dangling everywhere. But anyway,
became a Lewis?
okay, so I talked to him for a few months several years ago, and he told me, he's like, hey, I ran into your mom. She's looking pretty bad. She's lost about 70% of her neck now from hitting the wrong vein or something like that. And so she's doing bad. And then I never talked to him again after that. And so my guess is he started hanging out with Mom and got back on drugs again.
Wow.
And then Grandma died. Marjorie died.
Oh, good. She was one of the worst people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. Oh, but Uncle Lewis, yeah, he would hide food in halls when I was sick. I remember he was always one to sneak me. He had to sneak me medicine when I was sick. And I always wanted Uncle Lewis. I remember that.
Right on.
Yeah. You know, back in the 80s, though, nobody really spoke up about child abuse or like saying things. Nobody wanted to rat on each other and stuff like that. It's much like the Wells, how everyone around Don and Candace Wells are all just keeping their mouth shut. And that's just kind of what happens in circles like that, right? It just, nobody's going to be ratting out anybody, or you're probably going to get hurt, you know, or your family could get hurt by someone, you know.
No. If somebody you know told somebody and you contact the police and let them know, I don't consider that ratting. I consider that doing one's civil duty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I got some strange people hanging around this part of town where I live. There's a lot of crackheads here. There's a lot of alcoholics and stuff like that. And this guy, last night, standing about 10 feet outside my door, trying to light his crack pipe. And he pushed a shopping cart full of, I guess, his worldly possessions through the snow and into the parking lot here. Yeah, he's like 10 feet away from my front door, trying to light the crack pipe. So I went outside and I said, hey, man, get off the property. Well, who the fuck are you? I'm one of the residents that you don't come here ever again. Get your shopping cart, get your crack pipe, and get going. He was going to start to get all happy about it. I walked right up to him and he said, all right, I'm out of here. That's not the first time I've had to chase people away from my door. It's not the last either. I live in the poor end of town. This is the only apartment I could afford. And it still is. And I was very fortunate to get this apartment when I did, because there's nothing else for rent out here. I mean, there's nothing. For years, I haven't seen anything listed in the paper, apartment for rent, or basement suite for rent, or house for rent, or anything like that. There's nothing. So I hope this place stays here for quite a while. Although it's pretty old. You know, I live in an apartment that was built in the early 1940s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was originally a motel. That's what it looks like. It's a one-story little motel, basically, like your average motel. But it's old. I mean, it's really old.
Thank you, Courtney. Oh, hiccups now.
But it's home.
Back then, children were to be seen and not heard. Exactly, seen and not heard. Yep. I love Catch Patch Kids, guys. I haven't seen one of them in forever. Or the Popples.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if I told you this or not, but when they first came out, I think you were just about 2, something like that. And oh, by the way, you were your birth certificate is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Okay, good.
I had to do some thinking, but yeah, it's correct. Anyway, we got you a Cabbage Patch Kid doll. And you had trouble saying it. You called it your Package Kids doll. Oh, you were the cutest kid I ever seen in my life. I'm not just saying that because you're my daughter. You were really the cutest little kid I ever saw. The things you said and the way your eyes lit up. Oh, man.
I think that still happens.
It is such a pleasure to be able to talk to you now and remember all these things. It's a gift. It's really a gift. I feel truly blessed to have you back in my life.
You made me cry again. Yes, Rainbow Bright was my jam. Oh.
I bet everybody out there in podcast land is sick of hearing about our life.
No, I think they like it.
Oh, good.
That's why they love this platform, is because we are an open book over here.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, you were asking me about the book that I'm going to write.
Yeah, someone was saying, you should write a book, Adrian. I said, he is.
Yeah, it's a reach out to young offenders. I want to help young people that are getting in trouble with the law. I want to, not a scared straight book or anything like that. I want to just tell them honestly the way it is. I'm 58 years old now, and I'm sitting here in my apartment. I live with a cat. I haven't had a relationship with anybody for a long time. I don't go looking for companionship anymore, anything like that. There's no romantic part of my life. But I think about my past. And I think about the 17 and a half years I spent in prison and what a horrible waste of time it all was. That's why I live in a rundown motel that was built in the 1940s, because I can't afford anything else. But I think about the time I spent in jail and how much of a waste it was. I mean, I needed to be there because I was a bad guy. But I'd sure like to reach out to some young guys that are just young guys and girls that are just starting to dip their toe into the rivers of illegality, getting into trouble with the law. And I want to tell them how it really is, how the, do not waste your life sitting in a prison cell for doing stupid things, because you're going to end up, if you're lucky, you're going to end up like me, an older guy, I'm not going to say washed up because I still stand pretty strong.
Right, Jay, he has head injuries and has a better memory than Don has.
I'm doing
of some.
okay physically, mentally these days, but there's a lot of my life missing because of all the time I did in jail. I didn't have the forethought to just work for a living instead of being a criminal fool with my life. And there's so many ways now that you can get hurt if you're a young kid these days and you're trying to support your drug habit or your life or whatever you're doing it for. If you're committing crimes, breaking unders and thefts, stealing cars, stealing drugs, stuff like that, it's gonna bite you in the ass. And you gotta put a stop to it. You gotta grab a hold of the reins of your life and go back on it, you know, and just slow things down. Because once you're in trouble a little bit with the law, it's really, really easy to get into trouble more.
Mm-hmm.
And once you start going to jail, it's really, really easy to start going to jail a lot. You know, this is what I want to tell young offenders, that, you know, you need to stop before you really make a big mistake, like I did. You know, I ended up responsible for 2 deaths. I mean, I never wanted to hurt anyone in my life, but I'm responsible for it. I want to warn kids that, you know, if you set out to do wrong, you don't know what can happen. I'm a really good example of what not to do. I want to write a book about how not to live your life. And it's going to be called Look Out, with an exclamation point, like a warning sign.
Mm. I like that. You know what mine's going to be called?
Oh, no.
The Government's Children.
Oh, yeah. Oh, kids in foster care?
Yeah.
Good for you, kid. Right on. Right on. That's a really good human interest story.
You're getting lots of love in the chat, by the way. You got lots of people supporting you. They think you're going to be a great help and a great voice for other people. And tell him he's inspiring a lot of people right now.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful to hear.
Tell Daddy Cher he is a sweetheart. I'm 54. He doesn't sound his age. The book he is wanting to write sounds wonderful. Wish he could talk to my son, who is an addict and heading to prison for the 3rd time.
I would love to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Terry, you can get a hold of me and I will get you in touch.
I would love to have that opportunity anytime.
Here, Terry, you email me and I will give you my dad's contact information. I trust Terry. She's a good one, Dad. She won't do nothing crazy.
I can't have phone calls over the board. Well, my phone won't do that.
Mm.
I don't have international, but I have international texting.
Yep, texting. We can do letters. And when you get your tablet here, I have you an email account all made. I made you an email, and I got it all wrote down. So, and I have the password saved on there, so you won't have to worry about messing with the passwords. So it'll be all set up for you.
All right.
Yes,
awesome.
Of course, Terry. Well, Pops, do you have any final words before we wrap it up? We're almost to 9 o'clock here, our time, and I've done almost 6 hours of podcasting today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hard-working girl.
Yep. Well, after last night, there was a lot to talk about with the Wells stuff. People were like, "What happened?" Because he likes to call in the middle of my shows. So then people are like, "What's going on?"
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for supporting Cher with her podcast. Love y'all. Be safe. Be well. Be happy.
Thanks, Dad. I'll text you after I end this. I'll text you to say goodnight.
All right.
Love you. We'll probably, if you want to podcast again tomorrow, we can do it again tomorrow. I know you love doing it.
I do. I'm really enjoying it. And if I get the opportunity to reach out and help somebody, that's what I'm all about.
Awesome. Well, we'll plan something for tomorrow so you can talk to people again. They love hearing from you,
All right.
so it'll be fun. Love you, Dad. Say bye, Mark.
Later, man.
Good evening. Yeah, Mark. Have a good night, guys.
Aww. My dad's gonna make me cry, and I'm a grown-ass woman. So I think you guys heard from my dad why, like, again, like, hopefully that lets you guys know, like, why I am like stuck to this case. Like I said, I've been those kids, so can't shut up, Cher.
That's right.
Any final words, baby? I kind of like, I'm just like, I'm tired. I'm kaput today, but this has been a really good day, you guys. I enjoyed today. I enjoyed all day streaming. Usually I get bummed out. I have to like force myself. Mr. Scher's like, you should really stream, but I really enjoyed today.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good stream. I don't really know what to say. Unfortunately, yeah, that one bit of information that Cher can't share with you yet, but we will. Just gotta give TBI some time with it.
Yeah, and we've kind of described basically what it's about, so you guys can get, like, how would you describe that without playing? How would Prairie Boy, the voice of reason, describe that voice memo?
I would say that it definitely looks like a motive for Candace.
Yes. Yes, okay. So yeah, we'll end it with that. And Jay, you know we love you up in this house. My dad would love to be on your panel, you know that. Just saying.
Matthias is doing okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
His ear was hanging by a thread.
Okay, so we got it on the back. I'll show the kitties right quick. They're chubba chubbas. Chubba chubbas. Matthias. Jayis4Justice wants to see you. And everybody. Yeah.
So yeah, half his ear is gone.
Matthias, do you love Jayis4Justice? Oh, you got a shout out today, by the way, this morning, baby, on Jay's channel. She was using your coffee cup. And she'd be like, Prairie Boy, get your Prairie Boy merch. Drink your...
Have this mug on your mug.
That's what I used to say. I'm drinking, yeah. I got your mug on my mug. I'm drinking out of your face. That's what I used to tell you. Huh. Do you want a Jayis4Justice mug too? Oh, Jayis4Justice needs cat and dog bowls. Oh my God.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
That way, you need to make dishes for animals, Jay, because Matthias wants one. He wants a cat bowl that says Jayis4Justice Podcast. Huh. But you guys, I'm sorry. One ear and my cat looks like a badass.
He's a toughie.
He is. He's so handsome. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging with me today. And I think Dad's gonna want to do some podcasting tomorrow. So we will figure that out probably, I don't know when. So love y'all. Have a good night.
Hey peeps. Love you.
Remember